lot of games to be excited for in 2013. Big games too. Games like BioShock, Metal Gear, Grand Theft Auto, the kind of games that make the entire industry go round. But you know what? This is the one I was most excited for. Go ahead and laugh, but I probably spent more time with the first Plants vs. Zombies than any of those other games. Judging by the 25 million downloads this one had in its first few weeks, I'd say I wasn't the only one thinking it was about time for Plants vs. Zombies 2. It's also about money, unfortunately. So, before I tell you how great it is, I feel like I should address the undead elephant in the room. Because like the game's titular zombies, Plants vs. Zombies 2 has been infected by the scourge that is the freemium model. What that means is the game's actually a free download, but there's a big difference between a free download and a free game. Plants vs. Zombies 2 is not a free game. It's designed such that even though you technically don't have to spend a dime, come on, you kind of do. Either that or you end up grinding away for hours, replaying levels over and over, desperately hoping for those rare keys to access content that's sitting right in front of you. You don't have to spend, but the game does its best to make you. Like a bad husk of corn, that's pretty rotten. Now, fortunately, there are ways to work around the pay gates, and once you do, you see that Plants vs. Zombies 2 is every bit as great as the original. It uses the same brilliant approach to tower defense, but it makes so many subtle changes, it ends up feeling totally distinct. It's smarter, it's more complex, it's actually a lot more interesting too. So what's so different about it? Well, I mean, there's the obvious stuff, right? The game has plenty of new plants, some of which are already destined to be fan favorites, and the entire game now takes place on a map. There are 3 worlds, each with its own theme and levels, and each of those have several objectives. So it's kind of like a 3D Mario game. You get different stipulations within the same levels. And that works especially well for a strategy game because it forces you to adapt. You have no choice but to try new strategies, and that's really cool. Another really cool tweak is that the plants have been completely redone, with much more detailed designs and animations. And look, it's not like the plants didn't look fantastic in the original. Now they're just extra fantastic. It's a really good looking game. And the story about time travel let PopCap get really creative with the zombie designs too. I mean, it sounds weird because, the game looks so similar to the original, but the sequel actually has a lot of new ideas and a lot of creativity. PopCap did a great job changing the experience without changing the experience, if that makes sense. It's the same Plants vs. Zombies you love, only it's better. In fact, there's only one addition that feels out of place, and that's the game's touch powers. So you can activate this brief window where you can just decimate the zombies with special touch gestures. It's kind of like a last resort. Now, there's also new plant food, which are brief power-ups, but that's awesome. That makes sense. The touch stuff, that sort of goes against the game. And actually, since it costs in-game coins to do it, and you can buy those coins with real coins, it becomes clear why it's there. That's the freemium rub. Fortunately, that's one piece of it you can ignore. The thing is, though, that there's a lot of it you can't. And listen, I get that games need to make money, so charge me for your game. All right, don't nickel and dime me. That's just crap. Fortunately, the game beneath all the crap is awesome. Plants vs. Zombies is still an incredibly fun garden, one you can spend hours in without even realizing it. It's just, this time it's also got some weeds. It costs $1.99 a pop to pull them.